new you got a new
Do you
ammo.
do you follow my sweary cat on Twitter?
No, I didn't know you had a sweary cat.
My sweary cat, who's like the cousin of my sad cat, but it says shit like slimy drippy cum bubble and stuff like that.
Slimy
Oh.
drippy cum
and people
bubble.
I'm on that. What is
my
it called?
sweary cat, SWEARY, sweary, just like
Only you would find that.
'Cause, you know, I have the-
Alexia sent it to me.
How am I not following this?
Dictionary.
How have you not
Yeah.
found that?
It is fabulous
canary.
because people like from other countries send in epitaphs from their country, and so it's stuff like you blimey lizard licking cocksucker and shit like that.
Suck off someone's worst uncle because you're bored.
Yes.
Wait, no, what's the one you call llama vomit? What is that?
Titties,
All
Squiggle
Adventures.
squiggle dot dot llama vomit.
Those are all our fans from
Kill you! I
Fuck
kill you dead!
weasels.
Fuck weasels.
Fuck
I
weasels.
fucking
Oh,
love
I like fuck
weasels.
weasel.
Mealy mouthed crotch pheasant. Why?
That is epic. Mealy
This is
mouth.
so
One of our
good.
friend of the shows used one.
excited.
I know.
I am so gonna check that out,
My
and I'm
sweary
so
cat.
gonna get mad at somebody real soon.
Wait,
Use
I need
all the
ammo.
words
Let me
I
check
like.
this website.
Jizzmaster tits.
What is
Come on, Jizzmaster tits.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not
Mealy
Fuck
exciting.
mouth
knobs
cunt.
and shit sticks.
Oh my god. Okay. In
Piss flaps. Oh, I'm
Oh my god. Can you, what in your head when you heard piss flaps?
It's your vagina.
Exactly.
It's your baby. It's
Flap,
your
flap,
flappity flap.
flap.
Flap,
Drip,
flap,
drip.
flap.
Narcissistic spunk ferrets.
Bunk ferret.
Peppery fuck tissue.
Peppery fuck tissue.
I will have you to know that I have had peppery fuck tissue and that shit burns.
Peppery fuck tissue.
Well, there was an incident when Callie Guy and I went out and had really hot wings, and then we came back and did some fondling, and I then had spicy peppery fuck tissue, and it
Ouch.
was very burny. Yes, we had to let it air out and cool
Really?
off.
You have
Like
to watch
blowing
though.
on it.
But seriously, you have to watch what men touch your vajayjay with their hands.
Yeah, oh yeah, you have
Because
to.
you don't know what the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
they have.
Motherfucker
I'm-
be eating
I'm all
some
about hand
Mexican
washing.
food.
I don't care if it kills the mood. Wash those hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
Everybody,
be
we
nice.
have
Shower.
in studio with us Aaron Green, beautiful Aaron Green. Aaron Green used to be in porn and retired and just recently came out of retirement. So I want to make
Why?
sure everybody knew who was in town.
Why did I quit? Because I
Both.
had to go live my cookie cutter life.
And why did
that's
you
what
come
most
back?
of it. That's why I quit the first
Yeah.
time too. Yeah.
You broke the cookie cutter mold and
Broke
had
the
to come
cookie
back.
cutter and came back. So
So how long have you been back? Since
June.
just
so not
recently.
that long.
Yeah, Aaron's been doing some shooting with us and hanging out with the Vegas porn girls a little bit.
Yep.
So we're doing that. And we have Dawn Astronaut in the studio. Pull up. You and Aaron are gonna share a mic there, Don.
Don't kick my purse.
Don was in the show a few years ago when the first BBW Fan Fest was rolling around, and you left town for a while, and he's back in, and he's been doing a lot of fetish shooting with us. Big fetish, little tiny men, and big women, and this is a little tiny man.
He is tiny. What do you weigh, like a $120 soaking wet?
And our friend
he hasn't
Paige
pooped
Rain.
yet.
This is Paige Rain, and he's a what?
He hasn't pooped yet.
He does have some facial hair though. You didn't have that the last time I saw you, and you look like you grew a few years.
Scoot
Go
close.
toward the
You have to
microphone,
get
honey.
close to the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. You know what? You don't look like as much like a little boy because when he was like, "Sweet cheeks, we get a shoot," I was like, "Oh my god, he's so young." Now
you
I'm
could
like,
totally-
"All right, we're going tomorrow to get tested."
Huh.
Yeah, we're going tomorrow. I'm
Tomorrow?
picking you up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Before I was like, nobody shoot with him. He looks 14.
I know. I was like running. I'm like, I can't shoot with him. He's too young.
No, but you can
of
totally
older
shoot all
pedophiles.
kinds of nasty stuff and sell it for a big bunny.
We got
and
some-
be perfectly legal.
We got some
Yeah,
great
but
pictures of.
that's- But whether it's perfectly legal or not, it's the intent of the viewer that they're feeling as though they're looking at a child, which then just whether
Ruins
it's
it.
legal or not, that's just
not good. No, he's been a great I don't want to say stunt cock because your cock's not always used. But I done some belly worship stuff he did with me and some ass worship and a lot of face sitting. Everybody wants to sit on his face. I don't know why. They do.
Well, the best
Because
thing.
you have that
He's
narrow
cute.
front,
He's
and so you
adorable.
just slide right into where you need to go.
Well, and if somebody films from the top and their face, you can't see no Don underneath
Yeah.
there, and that's what people
Yeah.
like.
The
see?
best thing is like size comparison. That's what I
Yeah.
always like. Most of the people that ask me for shit, they always want to see size comparison, like my size compared to the person that I'm with. So like somebody like him next to me would be epic. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
What I'd like to see is you on one side, Don on in the middle, and then on the other side, Amazon Amanda,
Oh,
and
yes.
just do an ass squashing with him in the middle.
she'd be
Well,
down.
when Don and I stand next to each other, when he's on my right, we make the number 10.
Mm.
Right? Right? Now, Aaron, tell us, I know that you've done some shooting lately. What kind of stuff have you done to get back into the business?
I just shot with Plumper Pass, so
Oh, okay, cool.
and then I shot with Jeff Coldwater. I've done 2 for him, and I'm shooting again Wednesday.
We're shooting with Jeff Coldwater together soon.
I know. I heard
Yeah,
this morning.
Yeah,
I heard that.
You and me and
And
Eliza,
Eliza.
and there's one more, and I can't remember who it is.
Do
There's
they just-
4 of us.
Do they just set it up? Like, for example, you just said, "Oh, I just heard this morning." Does somebody set up your shoots
This,
for you?
well, Eliza requested for this that one we're talking about. She talked to Jeff
Okay.
about it. But
It's a
normally,
supersize. We're doing a supersize
Yeah.
orgy.
oh, Lady Lynn, that's the other person.
Oh, Lady Lynn.
I
is
love
the other
her.
one. That's right. Yeah.
But normally, at least for me, when I'm like, "Hey, can I come shoot for you?" and they say, "Yeah," and I arrive there, I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Oh,
So
you're
do you
get to
bold.
turn it
I always
down?
know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Don't
and
mind.
different people shoot for different reasons. Jeff usually shoots, and you get a check when you walk out the door, and he makes regular DVDs. Many people, like I'm getting ready to shoot with Christian, and that's for content trade. So, we pick a spot, him and I decide our theme together, and we get it done. That's how Don and I are going to shoot. We're going to shoot for content trade on our clips for sale stores. And believe it or not,
But these particular shots are for video.
yes,
Yeah, I
for
don't have
DVD.
a clips for sale store yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
'Cause I'm
no, and
lazy.
Jeff and Kelly, he shoots DVDs, and
Yeah.
so it'll be physical DVDs.
Even when I did content trade once, I just showed up.
At my house.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, at my
That was
house,
very
that's nice.
impromptu. No, I did content trade a couple weeks ago, and I just showed up. I'm like, "Kid, what are we doing?" Whatever.
planning to
But
get
they
a
don't
clip
they don't
store
give you time
Yes.
to prep in case there's anything special
Well,
you need
I don't
to
do anal, so it's not like I
Okay.
really have to prep. I just have to be,
Yeah, if
you know,
do
fresh and
anal, you
clean.
gotta prep.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you're told, okay, the theme is this, kind of bring this kind of clothing, or yeah. So usually, as far as I know, most of the time, and what I've done is that you kind of come up with your own ideas.
yeah, they've
So-
always done it on the spot. The
You know
whole
what?
scenario that's
the
going
whole,
on.
The whole scenario is really not important.
No, it's not. I've never understood it.
So Aaron, when you go, do you so most of your content right now is video?
Yes.
For video. Okay. When you arrive, do they tell you to bring special outfits, or do they provide
You know,
you
Plumper
with
Pass was the only
clothing?
one that did that. They just told me absolutely no black.
Okay.
So, but that was really, other than that, I mean, I don't know if you know,
Oh, yeah.
the huge suitcases, like 2 or 3 of them with all of your crud in it.
Yeah,
That's how we go to our little local
Yeah.
shoots. Since I started doing this, I've never unpacked. There's always
Yeah.
a suitcase
The whole
in my
bag is
living
always
room
ready to
floor.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, people aren't. The only time that generally it's organized is when you shoot for a company.
Yeah,
Like
right.
I'm very anal about being organized. I like to have like things written down. Like these are the themes that we're gonna go through. These are the outfits that you need to bring. Like these are our color schemes. Plumber Pass also stays away from black. I'm a big fan of staying away from black. You know, black is made. A lot of people use it to hide your size, where in our world you want to accentuate your size.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and plus it just shows up, color shows up better when
It
you're
really
doing
does.
pictures.
Yeah,
and
those
stuff.
those were amazing
The bright
pictures.
pictures that we did with the neon, and even the angel
Those were
ones.
so cute.
Yeah,
I love that.
The bright colors were
I love those ones.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Were you in the one that it was very colorful? It had.
No, she wasn't
I
there.
wasn't
that
there. I saw
day.
the
No,
pictures.
that was
Okay.
Lady
Okay.
Lynn. I think you might be.
Okay.
That was Lady
Okay.
Lynn, Lila Everwet, Becky Butterfly,
And then
Juicy
Jade Rose.
Diamond, Jade Rose, and myself, and Eliza was there for part of that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Those
but
were
that's
really
when we all
cute.
get to, we all get a place, we rent a place, or we use a place, We say we're going to shoot on this day. We call 3 or 4 photographers who we know, usually Desiree because they're doing my site. Her and Charles shoot my stuff, and then we just all go and shoot a lot of fetish stuff because when you get tested here in Vegas, you're only tested. Your tests are only good for 30
30
days.
days, yeah.
So like Don and I are going tomorrow to get tested so we can shoot. So like during that 30-day period, I'm going to make sure I find as many people tested to shoot with to get all my adult content done. The other times then I shoot a lot of fetish. And you've been shooting a lot of fetish stuff too. Yeah, talk about some of the stuff the girls have had you do. Cause,
Oh
my God,
yes.
you did the glory hole.
I did the glory hole with Jada.
Yeah,
That was
like a lot
fun.
of it, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So wait a minute. You had the arduous task of being the cock that got sucked by a bunch of chicks.
Yes.
For you.
Poor
He
thing.
hated it.
Which time that weekend was
Which
the question.
time?
But yeah.
They
I
had you
did.
doing everything.
They
Though.
had
You
me
were
doing
such a
everything.
willing
They had me eating
participant.
gummy bears out of pussies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what I want to
want
see?
no more sweets for like a month. I'm good.
I don't want to see gummy bears. I want to see those long gummy worms. You put them in there and then just
Oh,
slurp them
yeah.
out like spaghetti.
Oh, there we go.
That's a
So
good idea.
gross. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Don's like, yeah, we'll have to do that, huh, Don?
No.
Yeah, but you
No
know
more
what?
candy.
I
no.
bet you
Spaghetti
whoever
noodles?
Maybe.
whoever people put that on their site, that'll be their #1 seller. I
That's so
guarantee it.
funny.
Because
That's
some
funny.
kinky motherfucker out there is going to tell all his kinky fucking friends, all those candy worm eating, slurping, pussy vagina dirty people, they're going to want them.
You know what I did on one of my clips? Somebody's cock, and I stacked Krispy Kreme donuts and ate the Krispy Kreme donuts off the cock. It's on my clip store.
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Some feeder bastard out there is whacking off to
Oh,
it right
yeah.
Right
now.
now.
Oh yeah, big time. So what else the girls having you do this week, Don? Because it got crazy up in there.
Yeah, they had me popping balloons with them. They had
That's always fun.
yeah,
That's
they
a big
checked-
fetish too.
It
The
is.
whole
Balloons are
balloon
huge.
pop. The blow to pop is
Mm.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like balloons.
I'm trying to get Charles to learn how to do expansion videos. You know, where
What was I
like
talking-
you stand
talking
and
about?
your body just expands and literally just
I was
blows
just
up.
talking to somebody about that the other day.
No,
That
it's
would be
super
great.
popular, but it's really hard to edit.
Animate.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
really?
you have to
Really?
animate it through. I'm not sure. I think it's After Effects. that
You
has
can
to-
do it in After Effects. The new Photoshop suite has an animator that would allow you to do that.
Well,
Um,
you have to do it in a live video. So I know I'm pretty proficient at Photoshop, but Photoshop only allows you to do it
afterwards.
to a still image. Like
No, there's a no the very the entire Photoshop suite has an animator inside of it
Right.
now, the new one, and it will it should, at least some of my nerdy friends have told me that they've been able to use it to create an animated video taking a still shot and turning it into an animated video.
right. No, you can take one still shot and change it, and then
Mhm.
eventually it becomes like a flipboard, where it's progressive. But the videos that I've seen are like live videos of like women. One specifically that I remember was like a lady in a pool,
Mhm.
and her boobs, as she was standing in the pool and waving them around, just like grew. It was fucking spectacular. I was like, yes.
Every man on the planet wants that on their cock.
I was like,
I
Every
would
man.
I'd
Charles,
like you to know
please learn this now.
right now Cali Guy is googling expanded boobies.
But wait a minute.
Yeah,
Now
if
when you
someone's gonna
said,
figure it out, it's Galley Guy.
Yep.
wait, now when
Charles just
somebody
texted me. He's like,
said-
yep, After Effects.
But when you said expanded boobies, there's some girls that have saline injections to make their boobs really big, like for a shoot, and then after a few days they go down. Do you know about this?
I've heard about it. There's like I've heard about it
Yeah.
essentially, and I think it's with a needle,
Yes, it is.
and so that seems painful.
But
but-
yeah, but what gets me is like they do it to exorbitant like huge sizes,
Right.
and then when come on, at some point the goes go down. You got saggy ass tits, right?
No.
Because your body's gonna absorb it.
But your skin is still stretched.
Well, your body doesn't
You
absorb
do
it.
it too
but
much,
what
your skin's
happens
gonna
is,
stretch.
Saline,
Oh,
is
this is not what I wanted.
they suck the saline out after it's done. So your boobs are just essentially expanded for a couple hours. But it stretches your skin. But because your skin essentially is an organ and it has a lot of elasticity in it.
Not when you're 52 years old, okay?
Yeah,
There's
but-
no elasticity left in my skin, okay?
These
It's all
girls-
been stretched out.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you could use that little pump.
You know what? I actually need that. Some water. Who got some saline?
So, but
I do too.
they
Never
inject
felt inadequate until I got to porn.
the cc's of saline into the implant and then suck it out when they're done. But your boobs stretch so much to where they almost look plasticky. They're like really stretchy and shiny, and that seems like it just hurts and looks like it's gonna explode
And
any
gross.
second.
Pop. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
It looks like your skin is gonna burst
At
like
any moment.
a bubble.
Like you just actually you scratch a little too hard and boob just.
Yeah, no, it seems like it would be insanely painful, like to stretch your skin that
Yeah,
much.
I agree.
So,
Absolutely.
but it just is crazy.
Yeah. But wait a minute. You have to do it every day, otherwise you're losing your cup, right?
But it would scare me because injecting a needle through a bag of saline, that saline's got a leak, and that's not
But
safe to be in
these
your
are
body.
girls that don't even have a saline. I'm not referring to people who have saline into their boob and you're injecting it to bigger. These are people actually doing it to their physical their boobs.
Oh, that's not safe. I know
Because
that there's
Eliza
one
and
that
I
there's.
was talking about it because she knows somebody that does that, and they're trying to talk her into doing it for a shoot. And I'm like,
Nope,
girl,
That's
I
not
don't know
safe.
about
I
all
know that they
yeah.
have implants specifically that you inject and the implants get
Yeah,
bigger.
there's some.
But injecting saline into your body can give you like massive infections. Like it is
No
really,
matter
really
how
dangerous.
Oh, I know.
No matter how clean that saline is,
Yeah.
it opens your body up to a world of disgusting possibilities.
Yeah. No,
Right,
I
so
absolutely would not do that.
because like I was doing one of those faces where they're telling me, I'm like, really? Like who would want to do that?
When it comes to altering your body like that, there's no amount of money that you could get me to do that for.
no, I
Oh
don't
no,
think so
I've
either.
got an amount. I'm
You're
I've got a dollar amount. I'm
I
just
feel
saying.
like I beat cancer twice. I feel really like fortunate that I won't alter my body that way.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do anything to like, you know, tip the scales of karma or something. You're like,
Yeah.
ah shit. Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, I agree with you on that one. When you know you've got a predisposition to
Right.
shit.
I generally have a dollar amount. I mean, there's pretty much 99.8% of things in the world I have a dollar amount. But when it comes to that, not so much.
Yeah.
Because the the least horrible thing is that you get a bad infection in your tit, and you have to be hospitalized.
And take your tit off.
And then that's the next option. You could get blood infections from that.
Oh yeah.
Because it happens in people do it to their asses. This is the most common. So
right.
you see,
I'm just gonna say, in backyards,
they
like,
have
don't
to
they?
cut it out. It hardens,
And
and
you-
they have to cut a piece of your ass out. So, I mean, to Google it, the saline hardens your cells around it, and they
The injection
literally,
site,
What
yeah,
what it does what's called encapsulation. Your body recognizes there's a foreign substance and we cannot let it get out.
right.
It's the same thing that happens when a cop gets shot and you can't take the bullet out because it might kill him. Your body will eventually encapsulate that in something and it turns into a hard node cyst or something like that.
And they have to cut it out.
Yeah.
And so now you not only have less of a round ass, you have a crater in your ass.
And not even an adorable little above butt dimple. You're
No,
talking about
it's like a full on,
like a shark bit
KFC
your ass.
bucket crater. Like you just been cratered,
Yeah, like
we can use you for chip dip now.
right? You're like, lay on your belly. We got a bowl. Yeah.
So, Aaron, are you? Rumor had it you. Well, I don't want to forget our guests here. But
No,
chip dip bowls you're thinking about?
It brings a whole new meaning to
Now
tossed
she wants
salad.
salsa.
Damn.
Will you lay on the table? I need to toss the salad in your ass. Okay, that crater there.
Oh.
Eat sushi out of it.
Ink Spot Stories, one of our listeners, has asked if any of you girls would ever want to get into the whole adult literature world. So,
I kind of already am. I work on plumperscene.com, which is a blog. So, I kind of already am.
okay.
Tell them how
excellent.
to find your blogs on there,
Plumperscene.com.
and then just Aaron Green.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Okay, cool. So both of you have been out of porn for a while, and you were just too much of a baby to be in porn. So now I'm glad you're back and older.
Right.
But
Me
He
too.
still looks like he just walked off the fucking high school.
but do you know what that will do for my clip sales with this little
Yes,
young
it will.
boy? That's why. That's why.
How old are you, Don?
21.
Oh my God! Don't say it.
Yeah, when he start, I think he just
you were
turned
just 18.
19. He just turned 19 when I met him.
And he's running around FanFest going, "Let's shoot! Let's shoot.
And I'm like, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
And he would say, sweet cheeks, when we shooting? And I go,
When you're old enough to drink, sir.
right?
And now that you're old enough to drink,
He's back. Let's shoot.
there you go.
I figure, it's been 2 years and he still wants to do it, so I guess it's okay now.
Yeah, he's grown up, Mama
Right,
does.
I was don't you dare.
I gotta tell you though, like I said, we have, there's a bunch of men there that we use as props for our fetish stuff. And there's photographers. It's just crazy in these houses. But this boy, anytime somebody said, "I need somebody to do this," he was there. He was on it. So that's good stuff.
Can you come on command, or can you come more than once?
I can come more
He's
than once,
21. He probably can
But
come
I'm
18
command.
times.
He's
a
probably
day.
No.
come 3
No,
times
no,
since
no.
walking.
I have known men.
I
I have known men at 21 who are a once and done.
Come on,
Really?
Don, fess it up. How many times you got? How many bullets you got in a chamber
Right.
in a 2-hour period?
2-hour period. 3.
3.
I can't come 3 times in a day. I'm like, I'm definitely a guy. I am definitely one and done. I'm like, okay, you better get yours before I get mine because I'm about to roll over. I'm sorry. And Charles knows, like, I'm the last one to come because I'm just like ready to sleep now. I'm like,
Oh, that's funny.
I am not.
Well,
That's
see, I
3
like to
times
come
in a
and then get
minute,
fucked.
15
I love
maybe.
getting fucked after
I'm horrible. I get so mad when he makes me squirt. I mean, like,
You get
damn it!
mad when he makes you squirt?
Yes, because I gotta clean that shit up.
Oh yeah.
Because she got to disinfect the
But
entire
you know
bedroom
what?
now.
Because like most of us, I just like get a towel and then roll over and sleep and change the sheets in the morning. This one gets up in the middle of the night and changes the sheets.
Not.
You
No,
do too, Aaron?
You know what?
It's your own fluid.
disgusting.
I'm developing my own line of waterproof sheets
I need
that
them.
are absorbent on top, waterproof on the bottom. When I have a final
Prototype.
prototype,
I will be your endorsement person.
I
I'll be
will,
like, you
I will
need
make
these
a
sheets,
couple.
cuz.
Yeah, I'll make
I've
a
been
couple.
a squirting
so.
fool lately. I just don't know the older. Like when I was
It
young,
has to be getting
when
older
was
because I
young,
never
me
squirted before.
neither, till I
ever.
got older, and now I squirt all the fuck.
I've-
But I do a lot of Kegels.
I have
And
to
somebody
tell you,
told me it's because I do a lot of Kegels that I squirt, or that muscle. It has something to do with that muscle. But I don't know. But all of a sudden,
I
since
don't
I got older, it's like after I've known her, I'm like, well,
It's infectious.
there are two
I
things.
take it back.
There are 2 things in this world that make me feel inferior as a woman. The first is Pinterest because I can't do any of that fucking shit. And
I'm
like,
right there with you.
It's awful. It just makes me feel like, why do I have a vagina? I can't make my own sidewalk chalk. What am I supposed to do? So there's that, and the second is being on this show. Not only is it the lack of boobs, but every single time, everyone in the room is always like, I do this. You guys are like, I squirt like blah 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 blah, and I'm all.
Yeah, no, I never did
Desiree
it
and I
before.
just decided it's age. You just got to get older.
Because I
I don't know.
never.
It's hard for me to squirt. It takes a special talent.
I thought there was
It's like
something
very
wrong with
few
me.
men.
I squirt all the
For-
fucking
But it's
time.
just apparently everybody we invite in here is a squirter.
Well, how old are you?
Maybe you're the only one who's not a squirter.
29.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm the
so
Pope. Kiss my ring.
I'm 33, right? And I didn't squirt until like
I'm
a
not
year and a half
29.
ago.
I'm
No?
52, and
No.
I didn't squirt till like 3 or 4 years ago.
2 years, 3 years ago. I guess it was 30 when I started. But I thought literally
Yes,
for all of
shortly
my
after
20s.
your first time on this show.
Yeah, I thought for all of my 20s that there was something physically wrong with me because everybody I knew squirted.
You
And I
wanna
did it.
squirt? Have you ever?
I
Wait
mean,
a
I
minute.
don't have a desire to do so. It's just
I
every
know.
single person in here is like, I'm a squirter. I'm a squirter.
I
How
know
about
how
And
you
then
can
I'm
squirt.
all,
Get a Hitachi. Oh my God.
No, that doesn't work. For me, it's only a certain position of
Anybody
penetration.
that I've ever seen
'Cause it
use a
doesn't-
Hitachi has
just-
just squirted all over the place.
To start squirting, you have to stimulate the G spot, and not just the very edge of that walnut that you can feel. You got to get all the way up and around the top of it and stimulate it from the top down. You've got to stimulate it from the
You're
top
done.
down.
You learning? You're taking
No.
notes.
So just because you've reached up and curled a little bit, you're starting there. You need to go a little bit deeper and curl up to the top of it. You need to stimulate because that node, that G spot that you're stimulating, is actually the same thing that makes men erect in men. It's
So
the
you're saying that
same
enlarge your
muscle
penis will
tissue.
make you squirt more?
No,
No, I wouldn't think
So
No,
for me,
it's angled
always
properly.
a certain position of penetration.
yes,
So do you say,
Never
don't do that position because I don't want to clean the sheets?
but it feels so
It
good.
really well. The position positions feels good. The squirting, not so much. I'm like, oh my god, I think you made me squirt. Stop it. Let me check. I mean, like, is it wet? Is it wet?
You know what? Doesn't that ruin the whole fucking experience?
Kinda, but
Oh.
I'm more concerned about it being wet.
Just put a fucking
Uh,
towel down before you have sex.
Are you serious right now? Like a towel would absorb that
Oh.
gush. That's just,
Yeah,
it's
mine too.
disgusting. I'm like, oh my god.
You're so
Who
funny. You
does
should.
that?
This girl should have never
Meanwhile-
been in porn.
I really should.
Meanwhile, Callie guy's like, how many times can I make you squirt in an evening? Let's count. 1, 2.
I'd be hella
He's like-
mad. We could not be together at all. I'd be like, I don't care if you're my soulmate. We can't be together.
Yeah.
I actually, before I met Charles, had like, because I was single for many years, but I had specific booty calls, and I knew this one guy, and he was a spinal surgeon, and I liked his geekiness, so we hooked up, and I couldn't. He was like the first time that I had ever squirted, and I was like, I can't see you ever again. Like
remember that.
you remember that? I was like I came on the show not too far after that, and I was like, yeah, I can't see you anymore.
Because you squirted?
Because he made me squirt, and I was like, nope,
Oh my god, that's so funny.
nope.
Okay, I think we gotta get ready to take a break though. We're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna be back with more questions for Aaron Green and Don Astronaut. Send your questions into what's that thing?
Twitter.
Oh, in our chat. I got drunk last night.
Log
I'm on
into
breakfast.
SinCityBounty.com, get in chat, and then you could ask some questions.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Day. What can I say? What can I say to take the pain away? Don't know why I'm trying. There ain't no words. I remember now. Look up.